You're asked to do promotion work without promotion pay. There are two things you need to make sure you do. I was on a panel last night with the owner of 3 businesses, a proud ex-woman of color in tech, and we were asked this question and we answered it. Early in my career, I didn't know how to do this, and this is how I ended up doing 4 jobs at once for no promotion and pay. Here's the dilemma. You're asked to do something, no additional pay, or a promotion isn't mentioned, and you would actually like the opportunity, but you're worried about being abused. And what we talked about was the difference between knowing if it's an audition or an abuse. Or abuse. I don't know why I said an abuse. The founder on the panel expected me to disagree with her. She was like, as someone who's run 3 businesses, I am not going to promote someone who I don't know can do the job, especially when it's like a really high-level task. But the other woman on the panel, Victoria Brooks, author of Breaking Barriers about being a woman of color in tech and sales, said she had been given multiple jobs. Seen as a bitch if she said no when she knew she wasn't going to get a promotion. I have gotten up to 4 roles at once. My perception as someone from a rural working class area was that if I busted my butt, that the founders would see that and want to reward my hard work. And that is not the case, because instead they knew I'd be very expensive to replace. And they did have to hire 4 people to replace me when they burned me out and I left. And that's why when I work with leaders, I tell them it's going to be expensive to replace someone you've burned out. And they're going to leave on their timing, not yours. Here's 2 things you need to ask for. How long the period is going to be before a promotion is considered, and if you can get an interim title. Something is time bound. It's an audition. You should still set the expectation that you be considered for the promotion, that it be a discussion after a certain amount of time, a reasonable amount of time, like a few weeks or months. That you get to put the interim title on your resume so that no matter what after this, you get to put that on your next opportunity. Because that signals to other employers, but they know that means somebody was out on FMLA, somebody quit, and they were looking for something, and that you were who was chosen to do that job, and that you did it temporarily does not mean you were demoted or fired, but that you went back to your normal role. The founder on the panel said she has seen this done. Said men a lot of times will naturally do this. She has seen someone say, I would love the opportunity and I would actually love to do this long term and consider it. After I've had time in the role to see how it's a fit for me, how I've helped the organization, how about in 30 days we check in to see if this is a more permanent step with the appropriate salary compensation? They agreed. The founder disclosed herself that she has been in positions where she's been the interim. She didn't, this was early in her career, tell them explicitly she wanted the role long term, and they offer the role to someone else. And when she expressed she was frustrated, they were like, well, we didn't even know you were interested. And she was like, how would you not know that? To which I added in the conversation, because I'm me, I said, were these men? She was like, yeah. I was like, well, these are the same men who are shocked that their wives don't want to do all the house and childcare by themselves and work. Like, how many men have you heard say, like, they genuinely think that that's where we're happy? Not that you can't find joy doing that, but doing all of it with no help. And everybody laughed and was like, yeah, true. It was like, yeah, so yeah, they think at work too, like you're just happy to be there. And I've heard that from so many places. I've heard so many women lawyers. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold. So many women lawyers say, why was he promoted to partner, not me? I'm so much more qualified. And they were like, oh, we didn't know you wanted to. So it's not fair. It is where we're at socially. If it's a toxic workplace and they're going to be a dick no matter what, then they're going to be a dick no matter what. But if it's somewhere, very often, why knowing the unwritten rules are important, why I tell y'all you need to learn what these are, even if you're against the system, even if you want to change it. Because there are people who wait, a stunning amount of people who wait, testing if you even know the rules. And if you don't, they're going to take advantage of it. Anyway, the full recording is in my school community already. It's in the classroom. I'm showing you where to get to it here. It is also going to be available on Factor 8, which is the company of the founder who was on the panel. They are releasing a link. It doesn't look like it's working yet, so that will probably be on my LinkedIn if you go follow me there. Once I have it, if you're in school, it's already there. The other panelist, Victoria, is already a school member, so you can send her a message and say hi.